Joining me live from Washington, D.C. is Cheng Li, is Director and Senior Fellow of the John L. Thornton China Center at the Brookings Institution. Cheng Li, welcome to the program.
Sure.
How will President Xi's elevated status be received in the U.S. and around the world?
Well, I think it's a mixed reaction, and some people are worried that he will become a Mao-like figure. But on the other hand, I think that if we look at the way to deal with China's problem, and he is more engaged with outside the world. In terms of policy, you see the contrast, very sharp contrast between him and the old days. He emphasizes new, not old, and he talked about China's coming of age, and China want to be a positive player in world affairs. These are the absolutely contradiction with a Mao era that talk about the ideological confrontation and war and etc. So I think the outside world still need to take time to fully understand Xi Jinping. He actually surprised us in his first 5 years with his very quick move into anti-corruption, military reform, and the One Belt, One Road initiative, which really reshaped China in a positive way from Chinese perspective. Now, of course, that we have some concern from outside the world, and particularly hope that China's rise will not at the expense of its neighboring countries and also major powers. But certainly Xi Jinping promised that China will play a constructive role and will contribute to global economic prosperity and security.
News out of the CPC's National Congress, as you might have already imagined, really making headlines in every corner of the globe, with some publications and newspapers and television broadcasts calling him the world's most powerful man. What is your take on that?
Well, this actually reflected the change of mood, and for a while that the China expert in the United States worry about the China's failure in terms of maybe the collapse of the Chinese Communist Party, maybe the the regional tensions within China and with China's neighboring countries. But increasingly, some people, some observers, also maybe for the wrong reason, to worry China's a strong China, because China sounds like unstoppable and will very quickly dominate the region and the world. This is a fear. I also think it's poorly grounded, because China still have a lot of things to do domestically, as the Chinese leaders explain. And also China will remain as a developing country in terms of GDP per capita. But the important thing is China actually should be more effectively communicated with outside world, and certainly will try to gain the confidence of the China's neighboring countries about the rising China. Otherwise, China will continue to face some of the challenges in international domain.
Cheng Li, thank you so much. It'll be interesting to see how President's visit to China will really change the dynamics between him and President Xi, if at all. And President Trump is scheduled to visit China next month, part of an 11-day trip that includes stops in South Korea, Vietnam, and the Philippines as well.